E-M1X has just hit the shelves of stores. And I think it's a very good time for me to do the best settings for E-M1X. Hi there, I'm Peter Forsgard, an Olympus visionary and a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. And before we get into the best settings of Olympus OMD E-M1X, please consider to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you get notified when there's a new video online. My channel is all about you getting to be a better photographer. And I post 2 videos a week, usually on Tuesdays and on Fridays. What about you? Have you considered buying the new X, or maybe you already have? Please let us know what you think and what are your thoughts about the new camera. Please tell us in the comments down below. But let's first check out the menu system a bit. The shooting menu 1 looks very familiar. It has all the same features that most of the OMD cameras have. And the same goes with shooting menu 2. One new thing here is the Live ND, and next Friday I will have a video about the Live ND and how to use it. The third menu is about video features. The new things in video menu are the adjustment that you can make to the autofocus, which is a lot better than the previous OMD E-M1 Mark II had. You can set the AF sensitivity and AF speed. And you can also fine-tune the image stabilizer for video shooting on this menu. Then we have a very familiar menu, the playback menu. And then the custom menus, that's the place where you can really start customizing your camera. It starts with AF menu where there's lots and lots of new things. All the AF settings are in the special menu A1, A2, A3 and A4. There is a lot of features to tweak to your likings. I will make a separate video on the AF features in the future. Special menus B1 and B2 are all about tweaking and customizing your dials and buttons. The button function menu is very nicely done. As you can see, there are a lot of buttons to customize. The center button is a new thing, and here you can configure what it can do. And from the special menu B2 you can control the C-lock and decide which buttons will be locked when the camera is on C-lock. It's very handy tool. I'll explain it a bit later in the video. Special menu C is where you can control the shooting speeds. Here you can also choose if you want to prioritize the autofocus or the speed. You can choose it from here. And here you can also set the maximum speed it can make images. With this Olympus OMD E-M1X, the fastest speed is 60 frames per second, and that's when it uses the electronic shutter. And the special menu C2 is about image stabilizer. And the rest of the special menus are quite familiar if you have used Olympus OMD cameras before. But the special menu J3 has all the GPS and field sensor data configuration, and here you can turn on your GPS or turn it off. The biggest, and in my opinion the best new thing in the menu system is My Menu, and I will show you in the end of this video how to use it. It's very good. But let's get into the best settings that I think are the best way of using this OMD E-M1X. And always remember, these are my preferences. You might have different ones, and please tell me in the comments down below how you like to set up your camera, because we all shoot differently and like to make the camera to perform a little bit different and the buttons to be a little bit different. And that's what I really like about cameras that can be configured and customized to your likings. The first thing I always do with a new camera, I always set the settings so that I have the flag colors to make the exposure to the right really easy, and it can make the exposure always totally perfect. I won't go through it on this video. I will put a link to a video tutorial where I go through the whole steps of how to set up your Olympus so that you can see the flag colors where the image might be overexposed or underexposed. But there is a link in the description of this video, so please sure to watch that after you watch this video if you're not familiar how to set it up so that you can get the best exposure out of your Olympus camera. The second thing I usually do, if it's possible, I set the FN lever to be a power switch. I find it very convenient to switch on the camera with my thumb. And the third thing is I like to set the center button to return the focus point to home. I have set the home to be in the middle, but you can set it wherever you want it. From the special menu A3, I turn off the AF illuminator. The next setting, I don't even know what number this is, there's been so many settings already, is the C-lock. I usually lock all except the shutter button, OK button, and the arrow pad. So for example, I cannot change the exposure when the C-lock is on. That's very handy if you have a situation where you have a constant light and all the exposure values keep the same. Then it's very good, you don't accidentally change anything. From special menu D, I turn off the beeping sounds. Those are really annoying. I will also turn off all the noise reductions and noise filters. If I need to reduce noise, I will do it in post. From special menu G, I will turn on the superfine option for JPEG. I very seldom make JPEG images, but in case I do, I want to be sure that I have the best possible quality. File name can be changed from the special menu H1. In this camera I have set that the first character of a file name is X, so I can always see that these pictures were taken with my X and not with the Mark II cameras. If I had several X cameras, then I would put X1, X2, the first two characters on the file name. And don't forget to set up your copyright info in your cameras. This goes with any Olympus camera you have. Always set up your copyright info in the camera. From special menu I, that's where I always turn off the EVF auto switch. I like to have the EVF style, either style 1 or style 2. I want my viewfinder to be as clear as possible without any text over the image. And then I will always set my camera so that it falls into sleep in 5 minutes and it will turn off in 4 hours. So I always have it ready, but necessarily I don't use it all the time, so it goes to sleep to save some battery. But 5 minutes is plenty of time. I like to have the GPS on. That's my preferred settings, because I like to have the GPS coordinates on my pictures. It's very handy to find your pictures from Lightroom, from the map view. And it's so easy to find the pictures with GPS coordinates. So that's why I always have it on, if possible. And I also have the GPS accuracy as my default setting. If I need, then I could change it to save some battery, but then the GPS is not that accurate. It depends on the situation, how I use this. And from the setup menu, I will have the auto time adjust on, so that the camera can set the date and time based on the GPS. And the last tip is my menu. This is probably the best thing that Olympus has done with the menus. If you want to set something into my menu, just press the record button when on the menu item that you want to include in my menu. So far I have these items, but these probably will change over time. We'll see what it is in, let's see, after a year using this camera. They might be totally different. It depends on what menu items I use the most. But these are the ones that I think that I use, that I've used in past cameras. So I think these are the best ones for me right now. But of course, you will set the best items for you. Did I miss something? And if I did, please tell me in the comments down below, and so that me and the viewers can see what are your best settings. But hey, thanks for watching, and bye for now.